Get up for Jared Gersler! I know what you're thinking. You're like, this guy's got a great head of hair, huh? Yeah, I love looking like I manage an Airbnb in Chernobyl. Don't get it wrong, no, I am a lucky guy. I was actually able to get a COVID test for free every morning during the pandemic, yeah. When I woke up, if I could smell my night farts, I knew I was safe. And if I could taste them, even better. I moved into my own apartment, single own apartment over the pandemic, which was really cool, yeah. And I'm working really hard to keep it. I mean, paying my bills, staying single, especially dressed like this. I might even just cancel myself just to make sure. There was a girl at the grocery store, at the cash register. She was like, I see you brought your own bag, cutting down on that plastic usage. And I was like, you sneaky bitch. I've seen Matthew McConaughey movies. I know how this starts. You're not moving in. I'm a professional chef. I cure salmon, not COVID. It's not that noble. And as a professional chef, I personally debunked a food myth. I did. And that is, I don't think oysters are an aphrodisiac. I don't. I just think women get turned on when men spend money on silly shit. I don't like Yelp either. The only kind of Yelp review I would want to read is that of an inmate on death row about his last meal. What do you think that'd be like? Like, I hope they cook me better than they cook this steak. Yeah. 2020, let's talk about it, guys. Trump, psychopath, right? Just absolutely psychotic. He chose the MyPillow guy to be his personal spokesman. With all of the options of late night infomercials out there, right? Let's go over a couple. Flex Seal. Joe Biden's trying to steal this election. It's great. Sham Wow. This whole campaign is a sham wow. But he chose MyPillow, like, Melania won't fuck me anymore, so now I come in my pillow. But in all seriousness, I was very nervous coming up to the election. I was scared that there was going to be no change. I actually started looking into moving out of the country. I was that serious. I couldn't live in the dark world we live in. And I was researching different countries. I looked at Paraguay. I looked at Uruguay. I was so worried Donald Trump was going to get reelected, I was willing to go Guay. Any dog owners in here tonight? Nice. Yeah, I had a dog for 14 years. And fun fact about my dog, she managed to eat the used condoms out of every roommate I've ever lived with. It's garbage can. Yeah, it's disgusting, right? And it blows my mind. She could never find my condom still unused in the wrapper in my night table. But it shows that connection between a human and an animal because she could do something like that. And 3 days later, I'd come home from work and I would just miss her and give her a big kiss on the mouth. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend licked my asshole once. We didn't have a normal conversation for like a month. Religion. Religion is a big part of a lot of people's lives. It's not a big part of my life. I'm not a very religious guy. I don't like the rules. Don't tell me how to live my life. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. I don't care what kind of cell phone you have. I don't care what kind of car you drive. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Jesus, that's my favorite porn category. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. I just turned 35 last year. And I felt very accomplished at the time. I'll never forget it. My dad, he put his hand on my shoulder. He said, son, get the fuck out of my house. He found the weed I was selling at the time, so he had his reasons. But it really shaped me into the man I am today. A man who's way more careful about hiding drugs. Thanks so much. I'm Jared Kersler.